I picked up this Hobie Cat 16, really cheap. And a couple reasons why. There's been some repair work done to this hull on this side, both sides actually. This side's not so bad. I just finished sanding it down, and I'm going to put gel coat on that after. The other side had a lot of repair work done. A lot of fiberglass was put on here. I think way more than necessary. I've already been sanding this for like an hour with a belt sander. I got to come back at it again, smooth it right down, and put a new gel coat on that. But I also have another issue I've discovered. See that? This whole hull, I can hold the camera still. Anyway, it moves about, let's say, an inch back and forth. The pylons, I think, have worn out inside this joint. You see it? That's about the only spot. The other hull's solid. Doesn't move a bit at all. Oh, we also pulled off the carpet. It's all rotted. Needs new carpeting. Yeah, so I read that you can fix this with epoxy, so I'm considering that option. For now, I'm just going to finish this hull. Here's the thing, I wouldn't be doing all this work to these if this hull wasn't solid, but the hull itself is solid. There's no soft spots. When I flip it back over, I'll show you, but everywhere is solid, no delamination. Just some damage to the bottom because the previous owner lived on a rocky shoreline, and I think they would just run it right up into the rocks, like small rocks, but still, like over and over and over, it must have done some damage, and that's why they repaired it. I dropped it during transport, so I have a couple spots I have to fix on top of it now. So I finished sanding, and I got my first layer of gel coat on here. It's not so great. I think I have to cure it and then sand it with a really fine sandpaper. Okay, so the update is I put another coat of gel coat on. Then I put the PVA on. You can see I just lathered it over. Pulled it off the pylons, off the tramp, and you can see that. The wear and tear down in there, that's why it's sloppy. And I'm going to do the epoxy thing to it. It's not going to be perfect by any means, but even these, I dropped the whole catamaran and put a dent in here somewhere, like cracked the side of it, but I cleaned that up and it looks pretty good. So I'll get rid of the PVA tomorrow and then give the gel coat light sanding, and that'll be good enough for me. Like literally, this is a cottage catamaran. Not worried about too much. Although I should, someone said I should weigh this hull while I have it off, so maybe I'll do that. See where I'm at. So we're going to do the epoxy thing here. I just bought some cheap 5-minute epoxy, and we're going to paint some on there, and we're going to put the rest in the bottom of that pylon, around the bottom of the one. I hope it's enough to fill it both at the same time. Epoxy resin there, it's dripping out the bolt holes. I squeezed 2 of those tubes. I bought 4 packs, but 2 in the back, 2 in the front. Painted it on the pylon, and then I dumped it down the sides, and then we just dropped it on, and it squished right up the sides. I've kind of centered the whole hull on here now, and leave it for an hour. Hope it's solid. Good. Just want to show after my epoxy job, this thing is solid. Worked amazing. Look at this. Front and back. Rock solid. Guess I won't be taking it apart though.
Okay, latest update is I've done a lot of sanding. Really trying to smooth out the gel coat. I'm gonna pressure wash off the dust in the PVA that's still kind of kicking around. Okay, I might regret this later, I'll let you know. But I was cleaning off the rails because I'm putting new carpet down, or rubber. And I was getting off the glue with some acetone, and I spilled a bunch on the tramp. This is the kind of tramp. It's just not the mesh tramp. It's whatever you call it. It's solid. Anyway, I spilled some on there, and I wiped it off real quick, and it went from looking like this to now looking like 90% newer. So I did the whole tramp on the one side so far, and the other tramp's still dirty, but I just wiped it all down with acetone, and then power sprayed all the acetone off because I was sure it would probably eat through some of the stuff you don't want it to. I'll update you later. So I got the new rubber on the rails, you can see. It's pretty tight, and it was pretty cheap. I bought 2 feet of this 3 foot wide, 2 feet of this, what was called like a rubber runway. It comes on a big roll, so about 2 feet, and then cut it into about can't remember, 6.5 inch strips. I'd use 2 pieces, and I'm a little bit short up here, about 8 inches. Might buy another piece and just finish that off. I could buy a 6-inch piece, probably be enough just to take there and get the other side. I hope the contact cement I got is strong enough. That's my only concern, but I think that looks pretty solid.